Hello, I'm Irene Campbell. Welcome to my channel. I'm a yoga teacher and creator of the Yoga for Stress Foundation's online course. This video is part of a 5-day introductory program for yoga for beginners. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description. I've called this practice Ease Into It because it's perfect if you are new to yoga, haven't done yoga for a while, or just want to take it easy for one reason or another. You might like to use a yoga blanket for this practice, but you can do the practice without one as well. A folded up bath towel is just as good. And we start seated, so you could use this blanket straight away and sit on it. Sitting on a flat support or even a higher support allows you to sit upright, and that's what you want to do in this practice. So if you feel that you are rounding, then please maybe fold your blanket or towel one more time so it is a bit higher. You could use a yoga block as well. Place your right leg in front of the left and just ease out the body a little bit. Cross your legs in such a way that one foot supports the opposite leg. So you should be able to relax your legs. You should be able to relax the hips, but there is an alertness in the spine. The muscles supporting the spine are active. Lengthen your neck a little bit. Take a nice deep breath and a releasing breath out. Allow the shoulders and the arms to relax. Your hands are resting on your knees, palms down or palms up, whatever you prefer. And just take a moment to focus on your breath. Take the mind away from everything else around you. Just feeling the sensation of the breath. And then next time you inhale, take your arms up. Link your hands, turn the palms, stretch the fingers and push the palms away. And do little easing out movements here, really lengthening through the side of your body. Keep your neck at ease at the same time. And then next time you exhale, you take the left hand down, reach up and over with the right. Inhale back to center, exhale over. And we'll do that 2 more times. So you want to reach into those up fingertips. Linking movement with the breath, but don't get too hung up about it. If it doesn't work just now, simply breathe naturally. Now come back to center. Keep your right leg in front of you, but take your left foot behind you. So ideally your front shin is in line with one edge of your mat and the other shin in line with the other edge of the mat. And you turn towards your bent leg. Make sure you are really sitting on that right buttock now, and then come forwards. You can stay quite upright or you can come lower down, and you really want to release here into that right hip, using your body weight to stretch that area. So a couple more breaths in this position, deer pose. Now come back up to a seated position, looking forwards again, and cross your left leg in front of the right this time. Once again, support your legs with your feet. Ease out the spine, find alertness in the spine. And next time you inhale, you take the hands up. Link your hands the non-habitual way this time. Turn the palms, push them up, grow tall. Next stays at ease. So instead of a side bend, we are coming in and out of a twist this time. On the exhalation, cross your right hand over, left hand goes behind, turn your head as well. And then inhale back to center, reach up, exhale over to the other side. 2 more times on each side. Nice gentle twist here, feel into the spine. Use that hand on the knee to maybe nudge you round a little bit more. One more time. Back to center and release. So keep your front leg where it is. The other leg goes behind. Remember just to adjust the position of the shins. Transfer the weight onto the left buttock this time. Turn towards the bent leg. And then you lean forward, staying either quite upright or lowering down. Few nice, deep, relaxing breaths here. And lift up. Turn around now. Just take that blanket out of the way. Come onto an all-fours position. Hands are a little bit in front of the shoulders. You tuck the toes under. Keeping the knees bent, push yourself into a downward facing dog position. So the main focus here at the beginning is to have strong arms, push the floor away and lift the sitting bones up. Your spine is straight. Do little easing out movements. Stretch out one leg at a time. And then stay in your down dog. Feel free to keep the knees bent or you straighten them a little bit more now, moving the heels down towards the floor. Next time you inhale, shift forwards into a plank position, shoulders above your wrists. As you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Do that 2 more times. Flowing with the breath. And again. Now come into your plank. Take the knees down and then lower yourself down. So you're now in a position where your legs are a hip width apart, tops of the feet are on the floor, elbows are pointing back, they are in line with your shoulders. On your next inhalation, you push the hips down a little bit and you lift your upper body up, cobra pose. We're going to hold this position for a couple of deep breaths. So always hold the position, but never the breath. And we are going to move back into downward facing dog from here. Once again, start with the knees bent, push those hips up, and then maybe lower the heels down a little bit more. Couple of deep breaths. Lovely. And then take your knees down. Release the feet. Take the hands underneath the shoulders this time. And once again start to flow with the breath. Inhale into cow pose, so you drop your lower back. And exhale, you curl, you take the chin towards the chest, rounding the back. Couple more rounds. Feeling into the spine again. And then from here, rise up onto your knees. You can use your blanket again. We are going to be on the knees for a little bit, so if your floor is very hard, you could use the blanket. I'll just show you how to do that. Quite simple. You might not like to have the blanket quite so high, so your your knees are a little bit more cushioned now. You keep your hips above the knees, taking the hands onto your buttocks or the sacrum. Draw your shoulder blades together. Look forwards. You tuck the hips under now, and you carefully push those hips forward and start to look up. So think about lifting your collarbones up and away from your hips for supported camel pose. Couple of deep breaths here. You squeeze your buttocks now and you come back to center. Just swivel around so that you are on your right knee. You extend your left leg out to the side, toes are pointing forwards. Your hip is above the knee. You tuck those hips under a little bit. Inhale, lift your arms. And exhale, reach to the side. So find a lovely inner thigh stretch here. And then take your hand down. The other hand can be behind the body, or you reach up and over and you are in gate pose here for a couple of nice deep breaths. Come back to center. Take the right hand down now. Maybe the fingertips lift the left leg for a side plank variation. And push the hips forwards here, lean the head back. Couple of deep breaths. And come back to center. And then we are just going to change around. Hips above the knee, toes pointing forwards, hips tucked under. Lift your arms, reach, and tilt. So you have the inner thigh stretch, but also a lovely stretch in the rib cage here, the side body. One more deep breath. Come back to center now and move into side plank variation. Keep breathing in a relaxed way. And come back to center. Turn forwards again, take that blanket out of the way. Step your left foot forwards, hands on your hips. You tuck the right foot under and you lift up into a high lunge. So the hips stay level here. You push the back foot down onto the floor, look forwards, and then lean forwards, just pointing back with the fingertips for a moment. Take the right hand or the fingertips down onto the floor, reach forwards now, keep pushing onto that back foot. And then circle the left hand up into a twist, making sure the knee keeps pointing forwards and doesn't move outwards. One more breath. Keep those hips lifted, push onto your back foot. Come back to center. Step forwards now, keeping the knees bent. You come into an easy forward fold. Just walking the legs out a little bit, moving the shoulders around as well. And then a couple of breaths in stillness, stretching a little bit more into the legs and the glutes. Now step your left foot back. So you are in the high lunge on the other side now. Upright, hips tucked under, level, back foot pushes down. And then you lean forwards a little bit more, just hovering over that front leg, pointing back. Take the left hand down, point forwards with your right hand, and then circle that hand into your twist. Keep those hips up, keep pushing onto your back leg. You move the shoulder around, the arm is just an extension here. So focus on the shoulder rather than the hand. Come back to center. We are stepping the right foot back this time, coming into a brief plank again. Knees down, lower down. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, fold into child's pose, wide leg child's pose. So knees are about as wide as your mat, toes are touching. And then you push back towards your hips, releasing the elbows down, releasing the head down. Just feeling into the body and feeling into the breath again. Couple more breaths. And then come back up into a seated position. You can come back into a cross-legged position or sit on your heels like I do. Finding that upright spine again. And we're just going to ease out the neck a little bit to finish our practice. So just take the nose down. Relax the back of the neck for a moment. And then draw a big circle with your nose. Really slow and mindful because the neck doesn't like jerky movements. And change direction. It's a nice movement to do with the eyes closed. Really winding down now. Lovely, and then we are carefully lifting the nose up, just looking over the left shoulder briefly, and then the right shoulder. Look forwards again, tilt your head to the left, tilt your head to the right. Back to center. On your next inhalation, take the hands up. Place the palms together and guide your hands back to your heart. Thank you for joining me today. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, do the Yoga for Beginners course if you're interested, and I look forward to seeing you in one of the next videos. Take care and stay well.